Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just a little talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, I told you guys that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has the radio waves and the blogs on fire this week. Being out here in Atlanta, I promise you, every single day this week, really pretty much since the show aired, it has they've had somebody from the cast on the radio stations out here. B103 and Hot 107.9 are both very large, popular urban radio stations here in Atlanta, and every day, I promise you, at some point in the day, they have one of the characters from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So it's been a lot of drama. Okay, first they had just the other day, like I was telling you guys on one of my other videos, Joseline and Mama D got into it because Joseline was talking about Scrappy, Little Scrappy, and you know you do not talk about Mama D's baby, so she had to call in and go off on her. And then we had Mimi and Carly on the radio the other day, and Mimi was telling us how she just found out about Joseline's pregnancy the same time that we did on the show, and how, you know, she didn't really even know about Joseline until they started taping the show, basically a week or so beforehand, which was kind of interesting to me, because I'm thinking like, well, didn't you guys film the trailer, you know, that whole big dramatic beginning that they had when it first came on? And I mean, didn't you know who she was? I'm assuming they didn't do that a week before the show actually came on air, but maybe they did. I might be wrong. Carly was on the radio, and you know, she was going for hers once again. That girl started singing. You know how on the radio stations they ask you, you know, if you could sing a little excerpt or something, you know, because they just want to make sure that you can sing. And you know how most people are always like, oh, it's kind of early in the morning, I can't really sing. No, baby girl did not do that. She jumped right on into Mary J. Blige, Rolls Royces, whoever you want to call it. I'm going down. So sister girl is really on the grind. Somebody give her a music deal, please. But the biggest news, of course, from the show is the whole K.Michelle and Memphis drama. So if you guys remember correctly, K.Michelle came on the show, and she said that, you know, she had a record label deal with Jive Records. The person that was her manager and who signed her to the deal evidently was beating her up and then took all the goddamn money. She never said a name, but of course people started putting two and two together, and it came out that it was Memphitz, which is Toya Wright's husband. After it started to heat up on them streets about what Memphitz did to K.Michelle, he comes out on Twitter and he posts in his defense that, you know, while you doing all this fucking complaining, you know, I was putting your titties and your ass in. That's where your damn money went. And I thought to myself, like, okay, yeah, I guess you was paying a little bit, but I know damn well that ain't take no damn $2 million. Where the other 1.95 left? Toya is a ride or die type of chick, you know, and she felt like she needed to take up for her man. She jumps on Twitter and she talks about how she has a sudden urge to watch There's a Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And you guys, we all know that movie. It's about a deranged woman who was obsessed with a man, Martin Lawrence's character. K.Michelle comes back on the radio and she's like, you know, he tried to suffocate me. He put a towel over my head. You know, he threatened my daughter. He's done shit to me. I'm not lying. Memphis finally decides to go on the radio. While I was on my lunch break the other day, I actually sat and listened to him say with his own mouth that he did not hit that girl, that he is not a woman beater, that he has daughters, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And just a whole bunch of foolishness. My feeling is I believe her. I believe K.Michelle. I don't understand why she would lie about something like this. It didn't just come out. I mean, she talked about this on her Twitter page a year ago when it first happened. So it's not like she was using Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as a platform to talk about her situation with Memphis, because she never even really said his name. You know, it just came out. People was able to figure it out. Yeah, I don't think she's lying, and I think it's a damn shame that Memphis got up there and lied with his fucking own mouth and said that he didn't hit that girl when he know good and damn well he did. And then what made it even worse is the fact that Toya felt like she needed to get up and say some shit. You wasn't even there. I would have way more respect for Memphis if he would have just came out and said, listen, we had a very tumultuous relationship. We were both very immature. We both did a lot of bad things to each other. I'm a different person now. I've grown up, I've matured, I'm married, and I've moved on with my life. I would have been fine with that, you know, and I would have been fine if Toya would have just said, I'm supporting my man today. He doesn't do any of these horrible things that someone else said that he's done to them. I believe that he's a changed man, and I'm here for him in every way. And that would have probably killed a whole lot of this, all this extra that's going around. It's so stupid, and I think that Memphis is really digging a bigger hole for himself by saying that he know he didn't hit that girl when that motherfucker know he hit that girl. Speaking of Toya and Memphis, you guys know that Tamar is a good friend of the couple. Tamar showed up on Toya and Tiny's show back in the day, and you know, they're all out here in Atlanta. Well, I guess Tamar decided that because K.Michelle was talking about her friend Toya, that she needed to take up for Toya. Tamar gets on Twitter and says to Toya, like, oh girl, you know what, don't worry about it. Go on and let the girl sell her fairy tale. I was just like, why is Tamar even in the shit? Okay, Tamar has a real bad habit of jumping in beefs that ain't got shit to do with her, got it, you know, and creates more for herself. Like, it's ridiculous how that girl just, what is wrong with Tamar? K.Michelle was offended by what Tamar said, and I would have been too, because what the fuck do you have to do with anything that we talking about between the three of us over on this side? K.Michelle was just like, you know what? I really ain't got time for the Muppet. I am from Memphis. We don't do all this talking back and forth. We jumps gates out here in Memphis, okay? Anybody want to get it up? You wants to get them up, well, we can get them up, okay? We can get it up. What you want to do, shouty? What you want to do? Y'all, that Muppet comment is kind of funny, because she do kind of have a little Muppet. She kind of got like we kind of do like a, you know how the Muppets had that big old smooth monkey lip right here in the front. So now, y'all, I guess Tamar done got all upset about what K.Michelle said to her. So she done ran to her lawyers and had them send her a cease and desist, and said that she felt threatened by her saying that they jumps gates in Memphis with an S on the end, jumps gates. And she told her that she feels like she needs a public apology for what, you know, she said to Tamar. Just like, it's stupid. Now, first of all, Tamar, you got this real ridiculous feeling that you should be able to say some shit and don't nobody respond back to you. We done seen it on your show a million times, so get over it. Ain't nobody saying sorry. You got a better chance of getting your fucking album done than somebody turning around and saying sorry to your ass. Speaking of Memphis again, I mean, Brother Man is in this top of the blogs today, ain't he? There is a trailer going around called The Real Mistresses of Atlanta, and Memphis is the executive producer who is shopping this project around. It's some foolishness. I mean, it's a sad thing that people are trying to represent Atlanta this way, and people are getting a really false picture of how it is in Atlanta. I would think that you guys are all smart enough to know that bitches ain't walking around here with big ass titties and, you know, booties shots, and, you know, everybody sleeping with ballers and everybody rich and with their man, and, you know, it's just stupid that it's, I don't know what it is with now it being Atlanta. I think it's because it's a lot cheaper here to film. I really think that's the only reason why Atlanta all of a sudden is the big deal. The show is about just what the title says. It's about the real mistresses of Atlanta. These are all the video hoes, strippers, and otherwise just ratchet women who are sleeping with all you women out there with rich baller husbands. What can I say? I hope the shit don't make it to the airwaves, or something tell me that somebody will pick it up. If y'all haven't seen the trailer, go on and Google it. It is a bunch of bullshit. Chris Bosh's ex-girlfriend has recently been laid off her job as a secretary and had to file for food stamps. Did you guys just understand what I just said? Chris Bosh, new NBA world champion Chris Bosh, who makes $18 million, has an ex-girlfriend / baby mama who had to file for food stamps, meaning that his daughter is about to be put in the system and that they need help. The baby mama says she don't want y'all to get the wrong picture of her. Her and Chris Bosh was once a happy couple, and they planned for this child with fertility treatments and all, and that they had planned to get married and move on with their lives, and somewhere along the way they broke up. And I'm not here to dispute who was right and wrong in their relationship or anything like that. All I'm trying to say is, why the fuck does his child have to be on food stamps when he makes $18 fucking million? He pays $2,600 a month, and I'm not saying that $2,600 a month is chump change, but it is chump change to somebody that fucking makes $18 million. I really honestly don't care. Don't y'all come up here talking about, you know, he shouldn't be paying that amount of money just because it's just for the daughter. And how the fuck you think the woman is supposed to take care of the daughter if she ain't got no fucking money to live in the house and pay for her bills and everything? She has most of the custody of the child. As far as I understand, he don't really even have nothing to do with that child. So it still is responsibility. I don't give a fuck what anybody out there is about to say. I mean, why does this woman have to be trying to figure out 15 fucking ways to jazz up a goddamn pot of top ramen? I don't care what you do to top ramen. Now, you can cut up some weenies in it. You can cut the motherfucking onions and put you some corn, some peas up in there. The shit is still noodles. We don't just eat noodles because we want to. Okay, when I have a fucking belt full of top ramen noodles on my damn belt at Walmart, I know that it's a fucking lean week, okay? It ain't got nothing to do with what I want to do. It's I ain't got enough money to be buying all these food, and this kid's gonna be eating these noodles. That shit is not by choice. It's because we have to do it. So I'm anybody who got a daddy that make $18 million shouldn't be fucking around with no noodles. What the fuck I'm saying. He ought to be a fucking ashamed of himself, you guys. It just pisses me off, okay? And, you know, she was signed on to be on Basketball Wives, and I think she had filmed a couple of episodes, and then all of a sudden, when he found out about it, he had his lawyer stop her from going on the show, and the show decided to fire her. And, you know, he's interrupted all kind of ways for her to make money. He don't want to give more than the $2,600 that he, you know, that he's already given. And I'm not saying that he ought to be giving some ridiculous $50,000 a month when he really could afford to do so. But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he needs to step in and help out the fucking mother of his child and give her a little bit more money so that she can make the fucking ends meet. Jimmy Henchman finally admitted that he was the mastermind behind the whole robbery of Tupac back in 1994. You guys can remember, Tupac was always saying that Jimmy Henchman was behind the setup, and Jimmy Henchman vehemently denied it for years and years and years. Now that Jimmy Henchman is in jail, he was offered this special Queen for a Day thing that they have in, I guess, in New York, where if you're in jail, you can admit to all of the crimes that you did and you won't be punished for it. So he finally gave it up and told them that, yeah, he was behind the plotting of the robbery of Tupac and when he got shot. His best friend, who was already in jail, had already told us last year that Jimmy Henchman had then paid him to rob and beat Tupac with the gun. It wasn't really a surprise. I guess Jimmy Henchman now is hoping that, you know, by him giving up the goods on all of these different crimes that he was involved in, that it's going to lighten his jail sentence. But I think Henchman is going to be in jail for quite a long time. I think probably the rest of his, you know, active life, when he gets out, he ain't gonna be able to be a part of society like, you know, all the rest of us. So that closed the chapter in the old East and West Coast beef. It's very, very sad though. I mean, shit, everybody dead just because of one little old robbery that went wrong. Alright, you guys, I gotta address my girl Cola Booth. So y'all remember a couple of weeks ago I told you guys about the whole drama with Cola Booth and Give Us Free and Kimora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons, and how she came out and said that she was the reason that Give Us Free and Simmons was breaking up. And then of course Simmons and them came out and said no, they're not breaking up and everything is fine. But I was always wondering, like, wow, you know, whenever there's smoke, there's fire. Right after all that came out, you know, and they sent her a letter of cease and desist and told her to stop talking about it and everything, that didn't stop Miss Booth one bit. And not only did she keep on saying it, but she posted a real long blog, y'all, that I want you guys to find her website and go and read it. I really gotta say that I believe her. Nobody really goes out this far on a limb on a lie. And when I tell you guys that she got a whole bunch of details about how he likes to have sex, and, you know, Kimora Lee Simmons, and how he wasn't happy with her sex life, and how she's bisexual and she likes to have threesomes, and, you know, which I've already heard a lot of stories about Kimora Lee Simmons in that sense. But yeah, y'all gotta read it, because I'm gonna take back what I said last time. I really think that Cola Booth and Give Us Free had a damn relationship of some sort, sexual or whatever. It looks like Kimberly Simmons and Russell Simmons are on a family vacation in Israel somewhere, I believe, and there is no sign of Give Us Free. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that they've broken up or whatever, but it's just interesting that the whole family is in another country and he didn't come, especially when they got this situation going with this Cola Booth girl. 50 Cent supposedly had a bad car accident the other day and was hit by a Mack truck, but it was interesting to me that his website and other blogs were the only media outlets that let us know about the accident. Strange that none of the news outlets or anything had pictures of him on the stretcher and going into the hospital other than his website. I smell publicity stunt. Rumor has it that Greg Leaks, the husband or ex-husband of reality star Nene Leakes, has moved on with his life and is dating a new woman, you guys, and Nene is supposedly salty. Guess new ass is a little harder to accept when you're not the one getting it, huh, Nene? Willow Smith, who just the other day posted pictures of her with her new tongue ring, has told the whole world that she is ready to suck any dick that her father don't. Beyonce fans are in an uproar over the fact that Kim K finally done made it to the inner circle, and I keep on telling you guys that Kim Ye stays stunting on you hoes. Meek Mill, who, because he was involved in the scuffle between Drake and Chris Brown a couple of weeks ago, is now no longer welcome in any New York club, and Mr. Meek Mill is pissed about it. He said that it's racism, but I'd be more inclined to believe that it's because these damn clubs don't want no more niggas tearing up their shit. Casey and JoJo, who was in Florida the other day performing, and we know that JoJo is a raging alcoholic and there may be some drugs involved, and just like before, Mr. JoJo passed out and Casey continued to sing over him. Casey said, shit, the show must go on. Alright, you guys, that's it. We do this every week, so you guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you come back, okay? Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.